with another video. So in this video we're going to talk about some of the basic commands in Linux that you'll be using all your AWS or Azure in Linux environment. So first is none other and change directory. Suppose I'm in a directory right now. If I check which directory I'm in home users. So I'll talk about this pwd command also. But so if I want to go something like directory like something like root, so it is backside I guess. Okay, should be more back than this. Cd dot dot backslash space dot dot backslash is for going backside wherever you are. It's like going back. You can go to the folder root. Now it is saying permission denied because I'm an EC2 user, as you can see. So I will move to the fourth command, which is switch user. So basically I'm going to switch myself as a root. So I'll teach you all this like switch user, how can you change, how can you create a user and all those in my next tutorial. But for this tutorial it is like just type in switch user. So now if I can go to root folder, I can go here, I can do ls, nothing is there. Ls is my third command. You can see ls minus l is for listing out all the stuff. So ls minus a, if I give, it will show me the hidden commands. Not la, ls minus l, it will show me the hidden files and commands. So as you can see, there are hidden folders here, and dot dot backslash is going backwards. That's why I type cd dot dot backslash, and then dot is for going forward. But I think if you know directory, you should know all this stuff. So right now I'm going to create a directory mkdir something as test for this tutorial. So if I give ls minus l, there will be one folder which has got all these permissions. I'll talk about permissions in a bit, but right now I'll create a test folder. So we created the test folder, then we check ls minus l. If I give ls minus a, it will show all the individual files as well as my folder test. So all these colors also maintain the permissions and the status of accessibility of our files and folders. So now, the color varies from Linux version as well as from other, displays. I don't know. So I have to see all those commands. So it already did sudo su. So I'll go to cd. I want to go inside the test folder. Then the next command is vi. Vi and nano are both editors. Will get up to it after a certain amount of time. So like pwd is the path where you are currently located in. I'm located in root test right now. So now I'll go to my next command is touch to create a file. So if you go for touch, suppose I want to test dot txt test 1 dot txt. If I do this and press enter, if I say ls minus l again, so you can see all of these files. So what does it represent is read and write for root, read for other users, and then this middle read is for the group users. So there is something called as copy files. If I want to copy this file, let's do vi first. Vi will do test 1.txt, and then I is for inserting something. So type something, inserting. This is one of my favorite command line, obviously. So if you give escape and then you can give colon, then write and quit. If you give escape colon quit, it will just quit, it will not change the file. Write, it will just write the file. W is for writing the file, Q is for quitting, and this is for import. And if you are doing like sudo vi something that user is not able to write, it will write it as important, and then you can able to make the changes in the files. So right now I'll give write and quit as I'm a root user. So if I do ls now, and then on the next command we'll move to more, or we can go move to cat 15. So if we type more, we have written in test1, test1.txt. So what have I written? If I do cat test1, so it will show me what the file is writing. The bot does exactly the same thing, but the cat displays all the data directly, whereas if you have more data and you are typing more in a tag, more, using the more command, you have to press enter, and enter. After a few lines of drops, it will just say press enter to go to the next part, and then you can see read the lines properly. So like we did vi, so vi as vi nano is also a command line, not command line actually, sorry, it's also an editor. So if I do now test.txt, so you can see this represents control, the first part, and G is for getting help, X for getting out. So right now if I want to write something, this is just a text. So now if I want to write out, I have to do control plus O, and it will say which file I'm going to write in. I'm going to make it text.txt, and control plus X to exit editor. So for beginners it is very good. VI, why I like VI, because like yeah, it has lots of commands. You can do find and all. It can do all the stuffs in nano also. I don't want to get fight over it, like people say why are you using VI, why using nano, but at the end of the day it does the same thing. Being a AWS developer, you'll use either VI or nano. It's up to you, up to your preferences, and you use. So what did we miss right now? We did nano, we did PWD, we did touch, we didn't did CP. So right now CP. So if I want to copy this file, I'll do copy. So which file? First of all, the parameters will come. CD space file name. Suppose test1.txt. Where do you want to put it? So I know home. I know there is a EC2 user. I want to put it there. With what name right now? If I can write just test.1, if I don't write it test.1, it will put it as test.1. Or if I want to write something on the name, then it will put it there. So if I press enter, it will copy the file over there. So now let's see, ls minus l list. Where do I want to check the file? Home. In Linux, that is the beautiful thing, you can check anywhere where the folder, where the file is, or you can do yeah, do everything like this. So ls minus l 2 hyphen ec2 hyphen user. If I do, I can see there is a file name test.1.txt. Now the second command is move. So one more thing to notice is that move mv, Linux predefined doesn't have a command for renaming. So most of the time I used to do like move the files. Suppose now here is known as test1.txt. I want to rename it. So there is not a particular command in Linux to rename the file. So I'll basically do test1 as test2.txt. If we do this, it will rename the file. Now if I type ls minus l in the same directory, you can see test2.txt. So let's move on to move again. This for renaming. Now for moving the file from one place to another. So I want to move this test.txt to home ec2-user. So here I want to move it with what name now? If I want to change something like this, it will go, but I don't want to change. Okay, let's make it test3.txt. So it moved. Now if I again check ls minus l list, then home ec2 hyphen user, and then we'll check there's a test.3 here. And if we do ls, there should not be a test file. Ls, you can simply use ls also. List is a better form where I like to use, or you can use ls minus a to see the invisible file as talked before. So copy we did move, we did more, and all these commands like more and cat you can use with a different directory, like this ls command what I have showed you. So I'll give you just an example. Cat, I know my file is in home, ec2 user test 3.txt. So if I do, this is just a text, so the test file that earlier we rename it to test3 while moving it. Now the chmod, so ls minus l, so it is saying read write for root, read for group users, read for other users. So if I switch my account to like ec2 user, like there will be some things that might happen. So like that's why you can only read the file, you can't do anything. You can make it 0 also. So how this work? Okay, so we'll go on with this, how this works. Chmod, if you type chmod, and if you have an executable file, suppose I'll make 2 as an executable file, plus x we have to give, and then test2.txt. And if we do ls minus l, will show in green, and it will say executable for all. Now the thing is that how these things work. So these things work like 777. You give 777 to give all the permissions. This is a common permission what we used to give in a public file, in a directory, in a web server, which can be accessed or edited by any person in the web, or something like a folder also you can give. So like chmod value, like for read it is 4, for write it is 2, for executable it is 1. That's how it becomes 7. This first 7 denotes for the root user. So this first read and write and everything will denote for this first root user. Second is for group. Third is for other users, the last third bit. So if you give 400, that means only root can read it. If you give 600, the root can only read and write the file, and 7 root read, write and executable. Yep. I think you understand the concept. If you don't understand the concept, you can always put in the comment section, the YouTube, and then like we can discuss about this. How do you understand this? Like, but this is the value. That's why there is no 6, there is no 7 in here, because it will plus itself and then goes to make this permissions. So this is for chmod. So I've shown you chmod. There are like forcing chmod also. If you press minus F like this, for another time for another video. So my upcoming video on DevOps, so there I'll show you. So the next command is rm remove file. If you want to remove a file like test.txt, you can remove it. Yes, you want to remove it. Yes, and then you remove it. I'll say no right now, and then we can do something like rm minus y. Oh shit. Oh no, sorry. Okay, we'll go on this. You want to remove? Yes, it will remove the file. It will check ls minus l, nothing is there. Cd dot access. Now if you want to remove an empty folder, you can always type rm minus the test folder that we have. It will definitely remove the directory. Oh, the remove cannot folder directory. Okay, sure. So rm minus rf is for removing a directory. So if we press test, it will remove, so there is no folder anymore. So this is done. I hope you understand rm minus rs to remove a folder or a directory. It is by force. So cat we did, dot backslash. Yeah, dot backslash is something that like for installing something in a terminal, like if you downloaded some application that dot run file, you basically give dot backslash and press enter, and if you like do all the stuff. So apart from this, if you are in a Linux environment, AWS Linux, so if you do like here, always try this the first time. So update, if you want to say yes to all the updates, it will say yes. If I do this, it will say no packages available, SMS and access code. So this is all about it for today. I hope you like my video. If you like my video and want to make more videos on upcoming Linux tutorials on cloud as well as in Ubuntu command lines, like Ubuntu is a little bit different, not that different like all these command runs, except like you have to do apt-get and yum install, all those terms is different there. It is like apt-get install. So that's it for today. Thank you. Bye.